Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Asset World with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You're very, very welcome. What is Asset World? Well, it's the city build with a difference, where we take the assets reviewed within WhatMap, which is every day, Monday to Saturday, from this week, and also from a week back in history, September 2017. And we use them whether we need them or not. Now, on top of the assets that were reviewed this week and this time last year, or thereabouts, we've got one asset from last week which we forgot to place. Here's a little look at all of this week's assets. These are the last year's ones. The other side of the road is this year's ones. But we've also we're also missing one from last year. I can't seem to find it on the workshop anymore. So, oh well, it's a shame. We've lost it. But never mind. These things happen, you know. These things happen. Sometimes things do drop off of the workshop. Right. Anyway, there's all of the assets, and there's the one we missed from last week. Last week was the pizza vending machine. Let's start off by popping down the first of our assets, and let's start with the Cathedral of Light and Power. I love this. This is huge. It's multi-part. You've got the main building, and you've got the side buildings, the naves. I'm guessing they would be sort of. They are rather large, and you can use them in any way, shape, or form that you like. I'm just going to put this one sideways on at the back, just so it fits the space a little bit better. Not an ideal place for this big old church right next door to the other big old church, but it's the problem when you've got all these random items becoming available each week and you have to use them in a city build, then you've got to make do. Now, next up we have, as reviewed in episode 123 of WhatMap, we have the nightclub Krasnodar, Russia by Furious. And this is a lovely little thing. I'll put it down here right by the residential area, just bring down the house prices a little bit. All those nightclub revelers making all that noise to the early hours right next door to the flats. Perfect. Next we have a double whammy going on here. I have to do a little bit of terrain work here. I fancied putting these two down here. As reviewed in episodes 124 and 125 of WhatMap respectively, we have Slumville 2x3 level 2 shack by NEETAH. That's this thing here. Yes, it does really need a road, but this isn't really an operational city, so I'm not that worried. I've got all the mods switched on to prevent bad things from happening to it. At least I hope I'm preventing bad things from happening to it. So anyway, it's sat there, and right next door to it we have Jacked Up Boat by Mic CrossHill. Looks really good. It's a shame about the concrete base, but I can't do anything about that, and I'm not messing around with sandy decals to hide that. This isn't a detail build. This is a what the hell can we do to fit all the assets into Asset World build. Next, last one from last year is episode 126. We reviewed Skatteskrapan, could be something like that, by GolonkaSwe. I'm guessing Golonka from Sweden. Yes, nice skyscraper there. Not too big, and a nice shape as well. Almost slightly swastika-ish. Not so much a nice shape after all, maybe. Now we're on to this week, and this week, episode 488. Yes, we're nearly up to 500, guys. Urban Park B2 by Lord Gruny. Lord Gruny's doing some very nice modern buildings at the moment, especially the low-rise ones. We've got some nice residential flats here. I'm going to do a tiny weeny little bit of detailing down here, because this kind of area is almost finished, I think, sort of. There's not much more I can put down in this slot. I've been waiting for the perfect buildings to actually go into this slot. Quite a narrow gap between the roads. So yes, do a little bit of tree work, thanks to Mr. Maison's Linden's trees, because we've reviewed those, so we can use those now. So that's a nice little bit of detailing going on there. Next up, episode 489, we looked at the very small warehouse by Feindbild. Now, you do need Industries DLC to be able to use this. It's a lovely little thing, a little drive-through. Obviously, the cars can't use the drive-through up to the upper level, but if you want to do a little bit of detailing with prop snapping and drop some prop cars up there, that would look very good indeed. I figure sticking it right there, just a almost unnoticed little building there. Next up, we have got the Pasar Malam Pack 1 by Ali Kafi Hal. Yeah. And these are, if I remember rightly, are like Indonesian or Malay street food vendors. I was looking for somewhere ideal to put these. I can't really think of anywhere really ideal. We haven't got like an open park area. We should really do that into the city soon. So yes, these would be ideally. And I'm trying to pop them down even with the prop and tree anarchy switched on. It wouldn't let me pop them down there. But that's not a big problem. What we'll do is we'll put them down over here. We'll shunt them together a bit closer, and then we'll grab the whole lot using Move It. Good old Move It. What would we do without it now? And we'll just drag that lot over, plop them down on this little area over here in front of this big building, and do a little bit of tweaking to make it all look good. A little forewarned advanced warning. Forewarned advanced warning. We're going with that. That's what I said. I'm sticking with it. There might be a change to Asset World in the next couple of weeks. Going to do a bit of revamping of some of the things on the channel. Asset World will continue, but there may be some minor changes. I'm having a bit of trouble getting some of the cinematics done as well. So, based on that, we should maybe modernise the show a little bit, or update the show a little bit. Okay, next up we have the Montgomery, as reviewed in episode 491. This was by Honker. Now, where I'm putting it down now won't be where you see it in the fly-through. I've remembered that I wanted that space a little bit open because of the little building with the video placards on the side there. I want that to be visible from down the street. So in the cinematics, you'll see that I will have moved that. Next up, we've got another one from the Industries DLC. It's a bulk storage coal by Avanya. This is obviously a working asset as well, and this is just really nice. Really nice. You plop it down, it's empty, and then suddenly it starts filling up with coal as the trucks start arriving with coal. It's really nice, and when we do the flyby, you'll see the coal in there. I haven't popped that in there. That is part of the working asset, and it's a really nice piece of work. Of course, thank you very much, Avanya, for that one. She's a bit of a queen with the industry. She really is. Right, so we are about done. We've only got a couple more to do, both of the quirky end of the scale. We have the Star Wars Walker at Monument by Thorzeus. As reviewed this week in What's Map 493. I may end up moving this one and the Star Trek Museum to somewhere a little bit more themey, but that's going to have to do for now. And we finish with the one that we missed from last week because it was so small I forgot it was there, and I figured actually we'll put it over here by this big old conference centre, and that is the Pizza Vending Machine by Raccoon. And that concludes that. That's everything that we had this week and from this time last year. So, apart from clipping through the cinematics there, sorry about going through that, like that, I hope you didn't hit your head. Thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. This week is the final week of What Map before we hit the big 500. So be sure to come along. We have got some really top maps coming this week, from what I can tell. I've not looked at them yet, but the creators and the pedigree and the thumbnails all say we got some great stuff. And also, maybe in about a week's time, my new map and the big name reveal. Wow, how excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Well, anyway, that's me done. I'm going to leave you with the cinematics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for some more Asset World and anything else in between.